Hello, hello. Going to go over my essay that I wrote called Social Constructionism and Pigs. So, day 56, Black Monday and totalitarian regimes are included in this special broadcast. The study of social constructionism. Study of social constructionism and pigs that operate as a daily authority, manifesting opinionated taxonomy and the glass ceiling effect on individuals in society in the name of being better than others and oppression of classes of others or individual, i.e., you can't make more money than me, you are a criminal, you are sick, you are mentally ill, you are not educated. Social constructionism observes how the interactions of individuals with their society and the world around them gives meaning to otherwise worthless things and creates the reality of the society. Berger and Luckman, 1966, argue that social construction works in three stages: externalization, objectification, and internalization. Sociologists generally accept that reality is different for each individual. The term social constructionism of reality refers to the theory that the way we present ourselves to other people is shaped partly by our interactions with others as well as by our life experiences, i.e., psyops and behavior. Space mirrors and the looking glass self dictated by social constructionism, by communism and pigs alike, knowing at full capacity that communism is illegal in Western cultures. Brutal constructions from pigs using intelligent language of dictatorial methods in order to suppress the individual in the opinion of liking by the society as a whole and limiting their construction of themselves using glass ceilings, glass boxes, or looking glass methods. This can be observed in the diagnosis of mental illnesses, disability, gender, or criminals. Evidently clear in Chinese teaching that the emperor claims all ownership over every animal and classes them accordingly. Social constructionism cannot go unnoticed in society as there are traces of evidence that clearly defines the illegal nature of oppression by the pigs or communists, by glass ceiling effects, or the overall nature of obstructing one's self-identity using the looking glass self. Also, on a side note, that the credit from the protocol of that reality is directed to a different individual in society indirectly in the name of utilitarianism. For example, the Bern is prospering more than the Queen for this reason. Normative measures for their expected behavior is not satisfactory in nature, and society pays the price. But, however, the individual is called a psychopath or Gestapo because it is the collective versus the solo, and the collective makes up the overall society. The pig is the brute that ensures that the society gets what it wants. This can largely be observed in feedback from organizations running mental health facilities and internalization of outsourced corporation or outside government. The externalization is the classification of animals as sirens and other ranks, and objectification is women and monarchy. Objectification of everything on the internet and including within IT societies using concentration where the social constructionism and functionality within the framework having people targeted that are largely disabled but still having the system operate macroeconomically, hence creating travesty and war. The observation that IT societies lay dormant in nature and that are not objectified enough to function properly and done so in the name of concentration collectively as a whole, but legitimately segmented when ideal to uphold the glass ceiling rather than the looking glass self, using brute language rather than intelligence, mainly done in the name of oppression of an individual within society. Social constructs create a suffocating reality which tells us what to think of certain individuals and communities. This leads to the development of hostility across different societies who hold different views to one another. The ability is preconscious pigs to work for a self-motivated secret agenda run by the authoritarian of the day, and what they dictate is right or wrong. Most times it will follow the guideline of different distributions such as income, race, gender, labels. Most times when they lock up a reality and spread it to another individual, they are using preconscious pigs and a protocol for a bit of credit. The ability to use preconscious pigs is evidently clear in the financial market and also evidently clear on different devices that use quantification rather than qualitative means, clicks, phone calls, text messages, money, or most numeric objects that elevate status of the individual. In conclusion, it is degrading the individuals and society that are forced into such societies that are part of societies that operate with brute force language or code white tactics. It's especially degrading that the corporate police marketing campaign is beyond the call, as it violates the Fourth and Fifth Amendments in the United States and is a civil asset forfeiture in Canada to strip people of their basic rights of freedom of information, IT societies, and upward mobility. The basic fact of the matter is that all of society will pay as a whole for these actions, and the blatant disregard to destroy one individual in the name of many is the automatic sickness that they foist upon individuals to benefit as a small group or individuals of some other ideology that will one day be proved as wrongdoing moving forward, as witnessed in residential schools and mental health. Brutal reflections of life and society, indeed, that still have consequences and repercussions. Main concern is that attitudes and mainly brutal opinions of language that stems from internalized workers, which ultimately make them piggish in nature with regard to the overall picture of one trying to help many while they're trying to destroy one, i.e. current war with Russia and IT societies. The brutally opinionated person should keep in mind that this wouldn't be a question of whether the paper passes. It would be a question whether it was an A or B in sociology or English, knowing from education experience. On a more spiritual level, more research indicates spiritually or numerically, the number 005, 554, 555, and 556 are explicitly used in this department as light methods on a space police level. That was an essay written by me, and it has all to do with the social constructionism of pigs and how society is controlled by an emperor who doesn't want to see the people succeed if they do not agree with their social classifications, etc., as you heard.